Hi, everybody. This is Rick Bailey. I am coming to you from the President's House on the beautiful El Rito campus here at Northern New Mexico College. Today is Wednesday, April the 15th, and I want to give you a quick update on what the college has done in the last week and what's on the horizon for us. I know for many of us, we celebrated Easter this past weekend or Passover this last week in ways that were somewhat different than we were used to. But I hope you did find time to reach out to those you love and celebrate in your own way. We are midway through the second week of classes now from the return from spring break. And I have to say, and this is really remarkable, our students, our faculty, our staff have stepped up in unbelievable ways. And although we are still facing challenges and although we're still addressing those challenges, the performance of our team has been absolutely miraculous, and we have been weathering this storm so far. So I do want to say a special thank you to our students. I want to say a special thank you to our faculty, our staff, and everyone who has helped us to move forward. I do also want to make an official announcement on timeline. I think there is a nervous energy about how long we will be adopting these new routines. And I want to set an expectation. So let me make the announcement that it is our expectation that we will continue in this format using these guidelines through the end of the spring semester, and ends on May 29th. And I do already suspect that we will be doing the same thing this summer, which is why we've moved all of our summer curriculum into an online or virtual classroom format. We are also assuming that we will at least start our fall classes in this same way, and at least we are preparing for that eventuality. If there is a miracle cure and we can get back sooner, then that's great. But I want to make it very clear, our top priorities are the health and safety of our students, faculty, and staff. So we are going to follow the guidance from our governor. We are going to follow the guidance from our State Department of Health, from our national health experts, and with their guidance, we will explore how we return to a new state. But I do want us to be prepared for the potentiality of a longer stay. I do want to talk about access for students. This is, as we said, this has been a really challenging time in terms of this transition we've made. If for students who haven't done so, on our website, nnmc.edu, if you scroll down, you'll find a banner that talks about the coronavirus response, and there is a link to something called the Student Technology Access Form. For students, if you have issues with internet access, if you have issues with a device, you don't have a device that you can use for these online classes, please fill out that form. We have already handed out dozens of Google Chromebooks that we have loaned out to students for free who have responded via that form and met certain guidelines. So if you do have needs, please share those with us. We've also worked with the city and with the county to identify all of the free public available Wi-Fi hotspots throughout our region, including a map of where those signals are strongest on our own campus in Española. So please feel free on that website to look at where those places are. We do want you to continue to observe social distancing guidelines, but this may help you, especially if you have internet access troubles, to at least get somewhere where you can participate in classes. Lastly, let me say this. All of our student support services, and I say this intently, all of our student support services are available. They're just available in a new format, but they are all available. Everything from our Office of Advisement to financial aid to student peer tutors to library services, all of those are available. So please use them. Please use them to your advantage. Again, that same website will have a student guideline document that will actually tell you how to access all of those things. For those students who are interested, we're going to host a virtual town hall with me tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So that'll be April 16th, 6 p.m. Thursday night. Please check your email. There'll be an invite coming out later today that will have the link, the Zoom link for the meeting. I think that will also be available on social media, all of our social media platforms. Registration for summer and fall is open now. So please think about taking this time. Obviously, we're, we're, we're making this transition. We're spending a lot more time at home. But if you have the means and if you have the time, now is the time to start thinking about taking classes. If you're not a current student with us, but you're thinking about a new career, now is the time to start thinking about taking these classes. And they're going to be available online for you. And lastly, if you want to take a class just for the education, just for the experience of it, now is the time to do so. If you're a community member here who is 55 or older, we actually have special tuition rates for you. So there are a lot of different opportunities now. Take advantage of this time. Education can be the key, not only to navigating this crisis, but potentially to a new career path. And I want to finish the update today by talking about balance. And we've seen a lot of different guidelines and different tips from mental health experts, physical health experts on ways for us to navigate this crisis together. And I want to share a couple of those tips with you. First is to establish a rhythm. Now, you may not have the same challenges that I did, but when I started this crisis and we all went on a self-isolation plan, I really struggled with how to deal with that. And it was only by finding a rhythm to my day that I actually became more comfortable with it. Now, that rhythm is going to be very different than what you're used to. I mean, let's take it. College president, I shake hands for a living. So this has been a completely different transition. But I have found a rhythm to my day that has helped me to deal with it. So if it works for you, find that rhythm. The second is self-care. And I think for a lot of us, our physical well-being is very much tied to our mental well-being, and maybe even most importantly to our emotional well-being. So try to do something physical to take good care of yourself. Get out and stretch your legs for a walk. Again, observing social distancing. But do some things that'll really help you. In fact, and this was totally unplanned, but I just saw it in the camera, the little yoga equipment right there, I'm trying to use that every day. Emphasis on trying. But I will tell you that when I started doing that, it has made me far more productive, and I'm in a much better emotional place because of it. Number 3 is to stay connected. Take this time to call those you love and call them often. Since this crisis started, I have had a 1-hour conversation with my mom and dad every day without fail since we started this thing. And I can tell you that I am closer to them now than I was when I left home at the age of 18, which for many of you know was almost 10 years ago. Hopefully you're not doing the math on that. But please call those you love often. And call those you haven't talked to in a long time. Reach out. Now's the time to do that. Not only will that help them, but I know it will pay dividends for you. I think the key here is that just because we are in isolation, just because you are in isolation, does not mean you are alone. Very different. So you are not alone. Everyone is here to help you. So speaking of that, let's talk about help. When I started this new way of living, this new temporary way of living, but this new way of living, I really struggled with it. And I didn't talk to anyone about it. I just kind of kept it inside and tried to deal with it. I finally, thank goodness I did this, and I should have done it sooner. I finally talked to someone I trusted, and really expressed what I was dealing with and what I was struggling with. And that's how I came up with a plan. That's when I brought this yoga equipment. That's when I started doing walks. That's when I started calling people I love. So it took me talking about that with someone I trusted in order for me to come up with that plan. My point is, it is okay to get help. We're all struggling with this, so it is okay to talk to someone about it. If you don't have someone that you know and trust and feel comfortable about sharing this with, well, the college has someone for you. And his name is Adam Baca, and he is a superstar, and he is very thoughtful, and he is ready right now to talk to you. So please send him an email. His email address is adam.baca, adam.baca, at nnmc.edu. And Adam can do for you what I know the talk did for me, and that is to find this rhythm. And lastly, pay it forward. This is my advice to you. So the same way that you are reaching out to others for help for you, be that light for someone else. There are so many ways right now to continue to observe social distancing and still pay it forward. It could be as simple as a call to a classmate or to someone you haven't talked to in a while, or someone especially who might be struggling with this. Now's the time for you to be a light in someone else's life. And so take advantage of this time to pay it forward. Okay, I think I've rambled on long enough. Thank you for listening. From all of us at the college, we say God bless you and everyone you love. Muchísimas gracias. Kunda woha. Thank you. Stay safe. Thank you very much.